It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Niners and the Rams, and it comes your way next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. Alongside, as always, my partner Charles Davis and CD. In the few moments here before kickoff, let's give these folks at home a look at these two offenses by the numbers. What stands out to you?
Brandon, I just continue to be amazed by the analytics of the game, and it's an area where I continue to concentrate and study because I'm still trying to figure out how coaches and coordinators can really crunch the numbers and find where exactly on the field the defense is vulnerable. It's the game within the game, and if you really dive into it, it can be endlessly fascinating.
SoFi Stadium. The return is Brandon Powell. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback in his 13th NFL season now. It's Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And he's going to have a Rams first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run this with Akers. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Stafford. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 6 there on first. We're scoreless after 1. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to a 1st down.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The former 2nd-round pick back in 2014, Jimmy Garoppolo trotting into place, looking to guide this San Francisco 49er offense.
And Jimmy Garoppolo has shown that he can be a Super Bowl quarterback, but his biggest problem, his ability to stay healthy and remain on the field. When able, he's a capable quarterback prone to winning games both in the regular and postseason.
35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on 1st down. Now Garoppolo. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation, let him sneak his way across, coming back underneath, put it in his hands, let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Garoppolo now. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Floyd able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. So we've hit halftime in what was obviously a very fast-moving first half of play. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Niners in that first half. And there's not much to speak of in terms of passing efficiency. But in a tie game, they know a few tweaks could make a big difference going forward. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. This taken in at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
On first down, Garoppolo. And this will be incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. There's Garoppolo to throw. Gets this one to Juszczyk.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Mitchell, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Brings up 2nd and 9. That's the end of the third quarter.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. On second down, it's Mitchell. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on third down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So a big kick coming for Robbie Gould. This for the lead in the final stages. And Gould is able to put it through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Now it's Gould after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. Here's Powell on the return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So now Stafford and the Rams down 3-0. A minute 24 to go. And they need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. He'll dump this off to Akers. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Stafford. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. That catch good for only a couple.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Stafford now to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
This one no doubt important for Matt Gay. This to tie things up in the final minute. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. This hasn't exactly been a battle of one touchdown after the other, quite the opposite. But at 3-3 now here in the 4th, it's been an entertaining game considering just 2 field goals.
Yeah, is it really a football game now, or are we watching baseball? This feels like a pitcher's duel, doesn't it? Nice and tense on the edge of your seat. Have you been scoring this one? A lot of strikeouts and ground balls in this one.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Let's go.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now Garoppolo. Finding Samuel, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Garoppolo to throw. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Second and 6. Back to throw, Garoppolo. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down. To throw is Garoppolo. This is Jennings. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, San Francisco.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. This from Tom Dempsey range here. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. This from Tom Dempsey range here. And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. So a chance to give his guys a second half lead there, but it goes by the wayside.
And Brandon, that's the worst sound in the world for an NFL kicker. Gong!
That was good. Do that again.
Gong!
On first down, Stafford here. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll go again here with Akers. And look at this, for the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. First throw in overtime for Stafford. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
This returnable for Ayuk. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Their defense did its job. Got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part 1 is done. Now part 2. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. First throw of OT for Garoppolo. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Second down at 5. Hands it off out of the gun. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Now Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete. I know they may want to go for this, but the smart play probably to punt it, even given the field position, right?
In a sense, you honor what they've done all game. And this is a defense that's held the score down, kept it tight, kept you right in it, and they're really jonesing for one more shot. Give it to them. Let them play defense for you and give you a better chance to win the game.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Rams will go on offense here with the 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
And just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Completes this to Jefferson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. One overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw, Stafford. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run and, of course, get to the quarterback.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the sign judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford, and incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
And with just 2 seconds remaining, the timeout is called here in OT. So it all rests now on the right foot of the kicker, Matt Gay. And with just 2 seconds remaining, the timeout is called here in OT. So it all rests now on the right foot of the kicker, Matt Gay. This to win it in overtime. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and we will play on here in overtime. So the OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let a team just drive the ball easily down the field on them?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickel and dime down the field.
Here we go. Ready?
Garoppolo on first down. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
2nd and 8. Something apparently not feeling right to Garoppolo, so he'll step back and take a timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Eight yards to go on second down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Mitchell. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould.
A 29-yard attempt.
And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
You
certainly
loved
did.
the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.